advice for a new maintenance manager. What advice would I give a new maintenance manager? I've counted 7 maintenance managers I've hired in my 33 years. Many more I've been a part of the interview and selection process, but directly hired 7. And I listed in order of how I've seen them fail. So this is in order of importance. So number 1 is the most important for you to focus on as a new maintenance manager, because this is the highest probability that you can fail. And I'm sorry to be on the negative side, but that's just kind of the way this flowed best for me. So these are in order. And this comment came from someone on LinkedIn. So if you got a video suggestion, make sure you send it to me. Good chance I'll make a video out of it. This is Joe Kuhn of Lean Driven Reliability, trying to bridge the gap between best practices that you know you should be doing and the reality that you face in your plant every day. Okay, so number 1, leadership is much harder than you realize. A great individual contributor can be a poor leader, and unfortunately most companies pick their maintenance managers from their best craftsmen, and those characteristics are different. They can be, but I've seen them fail an awful lot. Know your job is to get the best out of other people's. You're not supposed to be the smartest person in the room. It's to get the best out of others. Do not measure your self-worth based on what you do, but what you enable others to do in your job. And what they can accomplish. That's called a servant leader. Servant leader. Examples. What decisions are you making to knock down barriers for other people? Do you spend time one-on-one with your direct reports, empowering them to think and see the business like you do, and let them make those decisions? It magnifies your influence. You get so much more done, getting work done through others. Number 1 failure I see in maintenance managers. Number 2, you must win the bureaucracy battle. This one's a big one. You got to simplify paperwork, simplify meetings, make them more effective. Take an hour meeting, make it 30 minutes. Take a meeting and turn it into an email. You got to simplify the bureaucracy in these jobs. Email. You can't read email 4 hours a day. You can't do it. Meetings, approval process. Delegate approval process on some facet of your business. Maybe it's overtime for the weekend, overtime approval. You don't do that as maintenance manager. Delegate that down to somebody. Let them grow from that, right? Number 3, this goes under servant leader as well, but give away all credit that comes to you and your team, give to your team. So if you get a compliment in a meeting for the OEE of an asset or the cost that you're running or safety, immediately deflect that to your team. Give them all the credit. You take all the blame. And you wouldn't believe what this does for organizations when you deflect credit to the organization that makes it happen. Number 4, failure I see. Only pick 3 to 5 leverage points to drive. Okay, I've got a video out on this, Warren Buffett on reliability. But you can't fix everything. You can't give a maintenance update and put 60 charts in front of the team and say, this is what we're trying to drive. You'll make incremental, glacial progress on everything versus pick 3 to 5 things and really drive them to where they create a result. So look for that video. Look for wins in 30 to 60 days. Don't create a 10-year time plan. Look for some quick wins. Everybody's watching a new leader. What can you do? What barriers can you knock down? Decisions you can make, approvals you can get in the first 30 and 60 days. Like add a job kidder. I love that. See, that's in a video if you can only do one thing. For example, what 3 things could you pick? Some of them that I picked, hey, we're going to do a great job on lubrication. I'm going to get lube techs, and we're not going to have another lubrication failure. Number 2, motor failures, same process. We were spending millions on motors. How do we get that down to where we're spending $150,000 a year on motor maintenance? We're not going to have another motor failure, which most of ours were lubrication, so that's really one. And then we were going to we were going to massacre predictive maintenance. We were doing 2%. How do we get that to 20%? So those are things, that's the kind of focus I'm looking for. Everything else, status quo, keep it going, keep it between the ditches. I know you got other decisions to make, but how do you keep those going and then kill 3 to 5? I like 3 more than 5. Number 5 way I see people fail is not establishing a go and see culture. Folks, design in time on the floor. See my video on my best success advice. Pete, if you manage by KPIs, you're going to make wrong decisions. I promise you. KPIs and opinions and interpretations through meetings that you're in, I'm telling you, that's a recipe for failure. You're going to be right 80% of the time. But that 20%, there's so much meat on that, so much opportunity, so much waste. You got to audit on the shop floor. Design that into your daily routine. 8 hours a week on the shop floor on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Go and see failures. Go audit PMs, audit work compliance, audit problem solving. You got to do it. No excuse not to. You will fail without it. Number 6 reason people fail. Hey, don't find a coach. You need a coach, not your boss, but somebody in your organization that you lean on and say, hey, can you watch for this? For example, if I'm not establishing a go and see culture, hey, make sure that I focus on that. If you see me deviating from that, I want you to slap me upside the head. On how I'm delegating. Am I delegating enough to the organization to let them lead, or am I doing all the work myself? So specifically ask people, maybe it's a planner, or maybe it's a tech, maybe it's a supervisor in your organization that you trust that can give you private feedback to make you better. Number 7, hey, you're going to make mistakes, okay? And I'm telling you what, everybody knows you made a mistake. The only question is, are you going to admit it publicly? And so, hey, admit your mistakes. Tell people what you learned from it. Just open your heart and just say, I made this mistake. I canceled this outage. I thought we were going to double down on the next outage in 30 days. The piece of equipment went down. I own that, folks. I own that. I'm not going to make that mistake again. People told me that I was making a mistake to defer that outage. I chose to do it. And I've learned from that. Hey, man, I'm telling you, you'll get so much credibility showing vulnerability. Everybody in maintenance, they try to act tough, but they're just softies just like all of us. They got feelings and emotions. So admit your mistakes, own them, okay? And the mistakes of your department. If a planner makes a mistake, hey, take the ownership yourself. Take the blame for that. Just say, hey, I own that. That's the direction I gave. That's, that may seem like that person made the decision, but hey, it's part of my group, part of my coaching. I own that. And, so, hey, those are my 7 mistakes that I see maintenance managers make. Nothing's that complicated, folks. I didn't say spend a lot of money, did I? Okay, begin your journey. This stuff isn't that hard. If I can help you in any way, send me a message. I may make a video with your name attached to it. If you want pointers from me, send me an email and I'll directly give that. If you'd like an experienced guide to shave years off your deployment, give me a call. I guarantee you I can shave some years off because I've done this wrong several times and I've discovered how to do it right in the lean manner with no upfront cost, no upfront investment. Deliver the results and then have partial investment of the savings to bring you to operational excellence, reliability excellence. Thank you.